Rumors say they are drifting apart. Panic is spreading fast across the timeline. But amidst all this noise, Jungkook subtly dropped the ultimate reality check. What is the real truth behind this viral drama? Welcome back to Tea Diary. Today, we are clearing the timeline, debunking the drifting apart rumors, and exposing what is really going on. Grab your favorite snacks, and let's dive right in. It all started with an overwhelming sense of longing from the fans. As their individual schedules grew increasingly packed and public interactions between Taehyung and Jungkook became less frequent than they used to be, some people began drawing extreme conclusions. Clickbait titles and forum posts started pushing the narrative that they were leaving or intentionally creating distance between each other. Within mere hours, this dramatic narrative spread like wildfire across social media platforms. Many began to question everything. Is their relationship genuinely fracturing? Or is this simply the natural result of their busy solo careers that are no longer captured on camera for the world to see? When you are used to seeing two people together constantly, any sudden shift in their dynamic can easily trigger mass panic. But we need to take a step back and really look at how these rumors actually start to snowball out of nowhere right now. We often forget that what we see on our screens is only a tiny fraction of their actual lives. When there are no new photos together or casual name drops during live streams, widespread panic is easily ignited. But let us think realistically about this situation. Can a brotherhood and bond that has been deeply established for over a decade be measured solely by how often they appear side by side in front of a broadcasting camera? A few sharp netizens are starting to realize that the absence of public interaction is absolutely not proof of an absence of interaction in the real world. However, these rational voices are frequently drowned out by highly dramatized narratives that are specifically designed to generate clicks and views. It is so easy to fall into the trap of believing that if it is not filmed, it did not happen. We have to separate the media illusion from the reality of two adult men living their private lives away from the lenses. This is where things get genuinely interesting. On one hand, many fans are panicking because of a perceived lack of moments. On the other hand, when there is even the slightest interaction, like a brief glance or a subtle smile, it gets intensely dissected. Every single movement is analyzed as if it holds a deeply hidden secret message. This creates an exhausting environment, not just for the fans themselves, but potentially burdening the artists too. Constantly searching for validation from the smallest interactions actually highlights how fragile some people's trust is in the strong bond that has existed between them for years. If their friendship is truly solid, it does not require a daily microscope to prove its worth. The obsession with decoding every micro-expression removes the natural joy of being a fan and replaces it with endless anxiety. It is time we recognize this toxic cycle and learn to just let a simple smile be a simple smile. Amidst all the escalating speculation, Jungkook seemed to know exactly what was happening out there in the fandom. Through several of his recent updates and direct interactions with fans, he subtly yet firmly made his position clear. Jungkook has always been someone who is incredibly transparent about his feelings regarding the group and his fellow members. Without ever needing to explicitly mention the specific rumors, the way he spoke about the future, their togetherness, and his deep sense of trust felt like a direct answer to all the doubts being thrown around lately. He took control of the narrative without engaging in the unnecessary drama. This is a classic move that shows his emotional maturity. He understands that fighting fire with fire only creates more chaos, so he chose to offer reassurance through genuine sincerity instead. Fans who were paying close attention immediately felt a wave of relief washing over them after hearing his words. Jungkook did not need to issue a formal clarification to prove anything to anyone. His sincere statements about how much he values the people around him serve as undeniable proof. He expressed his feelings in the most perfectly Jungkook way possible, simple, direct, and incredibly meaningful. Observant netizens instantly caught on to the underlying message: they are doing perfectly fine. Their bond does not require public validation every single day to remain real and strong. He reminded everyone that true connections happen off camera, away from the demanding eyes of social media. It was a gentle but firm slap of reality for those who were too caught up in creating fictional problems. Instead of feeding into the negativity, he redirected the focus back to what actually matters. The message was loud and clear for anyone willing to listen without prejudice. They have a shared history that no baseless online rumor could ever possibly dismantle. On the other side of the equation, Taehyung has his own unique way of handling the relentless noise. D has always been known as someone who knows exactly how to draw a strict boundary between his career and his personal life. He strongly dislikes being dictated to and highly values his personal freedom. By refusing to force interactions just to satisfy other people's expectations, D is actually protecting the friendship itself so it remains pure, untouched by the demands of the camera and unreasonable fan expectations. He is preserving the authenticity of their dynamic. When artists are forced to perform their friendships for an audience, it can easily create unnecessary strain and awkwardness. D's silent refusal to participate in that theatrical performance is a testament to how deeply he respects their real-life bond. He chooses to keep what is precious locked safely away from the chaotic, intrusive nature of internet gossip and public scrutiny. Ultimately, what we are witnessing right now is not two people drifting apart, but rather two grown adults who are simply navigating different phases of their lives and solo careers. A mature relationship does not require constant proof or continuous public broadcasting. They have already moved far beyond that initial phase of needing to be glued to each other's sides at all times. Just like us in the real world, a solid friendship remains fiercely unbroken even if we do not meet or chat with our best friends every single day. True brotherhood is defined by unwavering internal trust, not external visibility. As they both continue to grow individually, their dynamic naturally evolves into something much deeper and significantly more settled. Demanding that they behave exactly as they did in their teenage years is entirely unfair. We should celebrate their individual growth while trusting the foundation they built together over a very long time. So, are they truly leaving or intentionally drifting apart? Of course they are not. They are simply living their lives as grown men. Overreacting to these manufactured panics will only succeed in creating a highly toxic environment for everyone involved. It is time we shift our collective energy back to what genuinely matters, focusing on their incredible music, supporting their phenomenal solo projects, and letting their personal relationship remain entirely their own. Allowing them to have strict privacy is honestly the highest form of respect and support that we can possibly offer them right now. Fandom should be a place of joy and community, not a breeding ground for endless anxiety and exhaustive debates over unconfirmed gossip. When we finally stop micromanaging their interactions, we give ourselves the freedom to actually enjoy the art they work so incredibly hard to produce. Let us choose peace and trust over pointless internet drama today. It is exhausting watching rumors twist reality, but that is exactly why we must learn to filter out the noise. Do you agree that we need to normalize their privacy and stop overanalyzing every little detail? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Tea Diary, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.